as director of the Gerontology Research Center. See, when I first began, my role was to create the center to direct, right? That's what I was hired to do. I was called coordinator of programs on aging, and the first thing was to create a program to coordinate. And then from there we applied for a grant from the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council and established the center. You build on the resources you have on your campus. And it turned out that there was within the criminology department a professor, his name was Azat Fatah, and he was interested in issues of exploitation and ways in which older people were being victimized. So he came at it from that angle. And there was an opportunity, the university was going after a grant from Justice Canada. And so I'm not sure if it was Azat who told them, the people putting this package together about me, or how it happened, but I had an opportunity to be part of this application that went into Justice Canada, and what I applied for was some funding to be able to start a program of research, and in particular to hire an individual who would do the research. And that's how Charmaine came to Simon Fraser University. In the 1980s, the early 1980s, we began to hear about this thing called granny bashing. And at first people made jokes about it. And then there was a woman by the name of Elizabeth Bristow, who at the time she had been with the Ministry of Health in the continuing care program, but she wanted to do a PhD. And we had just begun the Gerontology Research Center in 1982. 1983 we began the gerontology program, which subsequently became the department, but Elizabeth came very early on in those years. And actually, I was her senior supervisor, and Ellen G. was on the committee. And she wanted to do her thesis around this disturbing phenomena that she had heard about, of people that were being exploited. And at that time, there wasn't discussion of the different types of abuse, financial, physical, psychological. You know, it was just that and it made it sound like it was more the physical than anything else. But she was hearing about it and wanted to do some research. And I said to her, well, you have to be able to interview some people. The best she could do at that time was people that were phoning in, and that's sort of how she first heard about it, radio shows. And, you know, old people listened to the radio, and this was a vehicle for them where they could be anonymous and they could talk about these things. And we were hearing about it, she was hearing about it from a number of sources. And so we also talked to the health department, and we said, well, what should we do when we hear about this? Can we refer them to you? And after a while they said, no, don't refer them to us, because we aren't equipped to deal. We don't know what to do with them. So this is early 1980s.